Neil, Sempiternal drops into Class 5. You won on him last time he was in this grade. Does he get the right circumstances to win again on Wednesday night?
Yeah, I believe so. He's pulled a good draw. He hasn't been running too bad in Class 4 either, but so which means he's holding his form quite well. And just kindly enough, he's been able to just sneak back into Class 5, and we know he likes the dirt, and he won very impressively when I last won on him in Class 5. So hopefully he can repeat the dose.
That last win was on a wet all-weather track, but on a dry surface. Would he still be okay?
Yeah, that wouldn't be a problem to him. He's a nice big galloping type, and I think the most important thing is to get him out of gates and get him rolling and get him into a rhythm. As long as he does that, then yeah, he should be a good chance.
Elite Spirit now hasn't been far away this season. You've had a bit to do with this horse. Draw looks awkward for you though.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because I've ridden this horse a few times. I've been placed on him quite a few times, and he's kind of like getting a little bit older, and he has a few niggly problems, and I suppose David's kind of kept him balancing quite well with a horse with restricted ability. He's pulled a bad gate, which is going to be more difficult to him. I don't know what way to think of it, because he kind of wants him to go fast, but he'd want him to go fast if he had a good draw. If they go fast and he has a bad draw and he kind of falls behind a little bit, then it just makes him a little bit too much ground to make up, and he'll be finishing late. But look, you never know. Circumstances of the race might work in his favour, and he might just be able to capitalise on something. Something might happen in the race for him. But I think when he does find it from a wide draw, he ends up a little bit further back in his races, and I think he does run on and he runs well, but I think it just hinders his chances of winning. But look, he'll be finishing fast and late.
You rode him in a trial recently. How was that trial?
He's quite lazy, so you don't really gauge much of a trial with him. It was just really a matter of getting him out. He's had a little break, so just to stretch his legs, and he feels well. So look, like I say, he's going to need a few things to go his way, and if they do, he'll be running well.
Chad, you rode Packing Dragon on Wednesday night. You've got a good record on this horse. You must be looking forward to jumping back on.
Yeah, I am. He's a lovely horse to ride. He jumps well, he puts himself up on the speed, and he's tough. I've won a few races on him now, so it's good to get back on him. On the dirt, I haven't ridden him on the dirt before, but I have trialled him on the surface, and he did trial well that morning. He's only had 3 or so runs on the dirt, so I think he's had a placing too. So I think he'll run well. There looks a lot of speed in the race, but he's got some himself, so we'll jump him out and see where we're happy to be.
1650 a reasonable trip for him, or would you prefer him ideally over a bit further?
Obviously, he's won a handful of races over 1650 and 18. He gets even further as well. He's a big galloping horse. He sits up on the speed, and he can hold his top speed for quite a way. So, real momentum horse, and the dirt's a momentum track. So, hopefully they click together.
And in that sense, then, if there is a lot of speed, does he have the versatility to sit behind them and still come over the top of them?
Yeah, he does, and it's normally a bit of a rush to the winning post on the first lap, and he doesn't. Although he races up on the speed, he takes a number of strides to get into stride because he's so big. But we'll just see where he's happy to be and ride him from there.
Matthew, rode Golden Effort on Wednesday night. Good to get the win on him last time.
Yeah, any winner's very happy to get. So hopefully we can get the ball rolling.
What do you think of that performance? He was a bit of a roughie going into that race.
His form wasn't too bad leading into it, I didn't think. It was fairly consistent. He's just a young horse improving, so hopefully he's learned from that win and build him some confidence, and you can keep it going.
You've ridden him in some work since then. How's he come through the run?
He seems well and fit, so hopefully he can just freshen up a bit and go into it nicely.
That win came on a wet all-weather track. Any concerns if he was to run on a dry track on Wednesday night?
I wouldn't think so. As I said, his form was fairly consistent, so he's still a young horse, so we're still working out what he's really about. So I don't think it's a problem. He seems to work on it fine in the morning, so I'll be more worried about the gate.
What will you do from there, do you think?
Well, he shows natural speed like he did last time, so hopefully there'll be someone to slot in behind them and then see him run home again.
On the CONQUIST, Matthew, who's a horse that you've had a bit to do with here in Hong Kong. Do you feel like he's now starting to find some form?
I thought he was a couple of starts ago. I thought it was slightly disappointing last time. I thought he had a nice run throughout, and I expected him to come around them and run over the top of them. So it was slightly disappointing in the straight, but he seemed to work again. Another horse that works on it well in the morning. So hopefully, if he just keeps going through the gears in the straight, then he won't stop.
Looking at his overseas form too, a winner on the all-weather in Ireland at Dundalk, do you think this might be his surface?
Well, as you said, overseas form, his form's been pretty good on polytrack as well, I think. So I don't think, as I said, he works pretty well in the morning. He's gone with a couple of partners and he's gone through his gears nicely. So that's why I was a bit disappointed last time. So if he can pull what he's done, take what he's done in the morning to the race day, then he should be right up there.